Yo, 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 I don't know how good you can hear me, but I'm just driving in my van listening to some praise music, and I just have some thoughts because I just want to share with people. Listen, I want to keep telling you guys as much as I can why I follow Jesus Christ to the best of my ability, because I have a new passion and a new desire and a new love for others, and I want to share it with people because somebody needs to do something, because the world is not getting anywhere, and it's not getting anywhere very, very fast, okay? It's actually going in the opposite direction of good. And if you can't see that, then, well, you must be blind, because the truth is there's a lot of corruptness and a lot of evil in this world, and I just want to share the love which comes from God, which is love, and all that is good. So, listen up. I rode a bicycle. I rode a bicycle 6,000 miles across the country, okay? And met other people riding a bicycle 6,000 miles across the country. And the truth is, I left with $300, and the wrong bicycle made it all the way to San Francisco with a brand new bicycle that was $1,300, and all the meals and shelter and everything that I needed. And I got all that from God. God provided for me, okay? He provided for me, and I have a different perception now, a different perspective on life. And it gives me these desires. The Bible and God is what gives me the desire to do good and to love others and not worship money, idols, fame, fortune, all that stuff that in the end, when we die, none of it matters, okay? None of it matters. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because this is a very, very, very important thing here. When you go in front of the judge, which is God, whether you believe in it or not, when you face him, just imagine for a second, if you don't believe in God and you don't believe in Jesus Christ, just do me a favor and just imagine that he does exist. Imagine that you die and you face him, and he sits there and says, and you got to stand before him, and he's gonna judge you to determine whether or not you go to heaven or you go to hell. Okay? And I don't know how this all works 100%, and I never will, because God says no one will ever fully comprehend his worth, his understanding. He's God. He created the earth. And the thing that I don't want people to do is I don't want people to make the wrong decision and have regrets and stand before God and say, I'm sorry, I wish I would have thought about you on earth. I wish I would have tried to start a relationship, but now it's too late. It's too late. I spent my whole life away from you, God, and now it's too late. And God's gonna say, depart from me because I did not know you. And imagine having the life now where you do believe in God, you want to believe in God because everything that God says is good, so you start that relationship, you start desiring God, you start getting into the Bible and wondering what it's all about, and reading these verses where he says, do not murder and do not commit adultery and love others and treat others how you want to be treated, which if you don't use common sense and logic to understand that that's good, to treat others how you want to be treated, because it's so logical. So you do that. You start with praying, and I'm telling you what, I got so many answered prayers. And then you spend your life, 80 or so years on earth, loving others, having nothing but good things happen to you, and getting past any trial and bad situation, because you know that nothing matters except for love for Jesus Christ. And then you stand before God and he says, well done, good and faithful servant. You get to spend eternity with me and Jesus Christ. And I just think about those things and I think, wow, why wouldn't I try to to reach that goal. And the thing is that's crazy is, from your perspective, if you are a non-believer, even if God didn't exist, which is not what I'm saying, but even if for your sake, then what's wrong with at least trying and still living a wonderful life here on earth? People say, well, no, how can God exist if bad things happen? Well, if you pursue God, and because of that, you do good for others, you love people, and you have good opportunities present themselves to you, and you die and you get buried under the ground and that's it, who cares? You still lived a wonderful life on earth. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm going to keep trying, and I'm never going to stop, ever, because I'm telling you what, when times are rough and things happen that are bad on earth, which they're gonna happen, they will always happen, Christianity and a relationship with God doesn't make life easy, it makes life worth it. And what I'm saying is, with God, all things are possible, and I truly mean that. I mean that. I believe in that so much, because I find myself facing hard times in life and situations that are tough, but when I think about God, and I think about how big He is, and I think about how much He loves me, I can do nothing other than just smile and be happy and joyful, and that's what God is about. That's what a relationship with Jesus Christ is about. It's about going through rough times in life and coming out on the positive end, the happy end, and realizing that life is so beautiful, and people die all the time. You can't predict when you're going to be taken off this earth. And so what you can do is learn to live valuing every single second, every breath, every person, not arguing, not getting into stupid confrontations with other people and making people angry and making fun of people and you know, in turn people's feelings get hurt and people actually commit suicide over stupid arguments about what people think about who they are, which is ridiculous. And that's not what life's about. Life's about love. Life's about being happy. Life's about God, who created us all in His image, and people get on Facebook and different websites and argue about whether or not God exists, and they're going to spend their whole lives debating that. And then what? One day they're going to somehow realize the truth, and then it's going to be too late because they spent their whole lives trying to figure out what verse in the Bible could prove that God didn't exist, and whether or not dinosaurs existed and how that even plays a part in the Bible, because God never said anything about dinosaurs, and it's all a bunch of crap. It just is. You guys have to realize that arguing gets you nowhere. Arguing gets you nowhere. Even if you're right, all it does is make the other person angry and upset. And I'm just trying to tell people that life is about love. So if you don't think life's about love, then I'm sorry, but love is pretty much the highest thing in our lives, and it's the glorious thing. It's so amazing. So that's my thoughts for today, and I'll talk to you guys later. I'll talk to you later.